because he has a beginning. The Ancient of Days does not have a beginning.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. Show me the scripture that says that Jesus has a beginning.
Colossians 1:15.
Colossians 1:15.
Yeah.
He's the firstborn of all creation.
He's the firstborn of all creation.
Okay.
So
that means he's the first. That means he's the first one that was ever created.
The firstborn of all creation. He's the image of the invisible God.
Yeah. So when it says firstborn of all creation, you think that means he's the first thing created?
He's the firstborn. Yeah.
Okay. Can you read verse 18?
Now, kudos to Logic for attempting to refute the caller by staying within the text and not running off to irrelevant passages. Let's see what happens next.
He's the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he may have preeminence.
Preeminence. It means supremacy, like he has a supreme authority over them. All right, so it says that he's the firstborn from the dead, right?
Yeah. He's the firstborn from the dead, but it keeps showing.
Wait, just really quick. Is Jesus the first one to ever die?
No, he's not.
Oh, but it says he's the firstborn of the dead.
Yes, it says that he's the firstborn of the dead.
So firstborn doesn't always mean the first thing of that category, right?
Guys, this is shocking. My jaw dropped listening to this live. This is so bad, almost as if he's trolling the caller. Verse 18 demonstrates, he says, that prototokos doesn't mean first within a group. He draws that conclusion from verse 18. I am floored because that's the only thing that prototokos suggests in verse 18. I mean, this just further confirms that GodLogic shouldn't be doing this. He really needs to reconsider full-time ministry. Prototokos ek ton nekron, the firstborn out from the dead. Logic thinks this is referring to Jesus' death, and since he's not the first one to ever die, obviously, prototokos can't be referring to first within the group because others have died before Jesus. It's the firstborn out from the dead. It's Jesus' resurrection that Paul is referring to. He's the first to rise from the dead to immortality, the very first. Christ the firstfruits, afterwards those who are Christ that is coming. How can you make this mistake, man? I mean, I thought Hebrews 11 was bad when he said Moses feared the reproach of Christ. This might be worse. What is going on here? There is no excuse for this level of ignorance and duplicity. Okay, maybe Logic is spoofing us and doesn't really believe that the verse is referring to the death of Christ.
What I am saying, it says that he's the firstborn of all creation. He's the image of the invisible God.
All right, let's do this again. So Malik, let's do this again. Nope, let's do this again. It says he's the firstborn of the dead. Does that mean that he's the first one to die?
No. But it says
he's the firstborn. He's the firstborn of the dead.
Hold on. It says that he's the firstborn of the dead at 18. If we go to 19, what it says right, for it pleased the Father.
Relax. That don't matter.
No,
that doesn't matter. It says he's the firstborn of the dead. That must mean he's the first one to have ever died, right? So according to the verse, firstborn from the dead. Does that mean that he was the first to ever die?
That don't mean he's the first to ever die.
Okay. When it calls him the firstborn of creation, does that mean that he's the first one to ever be created? I'm gonna need you to answer the question, or else you're gone. Seriously, I don't have the patience to deal with you heretics today. And with your arrogance, you're showing stupidity. Don't be that. Don't be that. Don't be dumb.
But it says that he's the firstborn.
Hey, get off my stage.
So just because
get off my stage. You're stupid. Get off my stage. Heretical dummy.
Boy, Logic's getting kind of cocky. I think it's that full-time ministry thing.